Hey guys, so we are back to doing the horrible vlog angle. It's been a minute since I've actually sat down and vlogged. I had the best of intentions to vlog going to the horse show, and then it just didn't happen. I started it, we got to the barn in the morning, and I started vlogging while we were waiting for Shannon, and didn't do it. So, best laid plans. Right. I just don't think about it because when you're on the road driving, not to say that we didn't have ample time, because we did have on the way home, we had a 9-hour breakdown from one truck tire popping, but you just don't think about it. We're always in such a hurry. Like, we get up, we're starting our drive at 5 o'clock, and then you're driving, you get to the gas station, and like, the truck stops, you're like, okay, you've got to do the gas, you've got to go get the sandwiches, you've got to water the horses. Like, I just don't think about vlogging, you know, it just doesn't occur to me. And then you get into the horse show, and yeah. But needless to say, we were finally able to go to a horse show. We went to Ogden, Utah. If you follow my Instagram, you would have seen that I think I just posted the one picture, but we did super good. We only took 3 horses that were showing, and then 1 horse was going for the experience. A lot of the times when you have a younger horse or a horse that doesn't have a lot of experience with showing, or they're not totally prepared as a show horse, you'll take them, and it's kind of like going on a field trip, and you start getting them used to the process. So you kind of treat them like a show horse. You'll ride them at the show, you'll get them ready like you're going to show them, and then you're just riding them. So it's kind of like slowly introducing them to the process. That way when they finally go to their first horse show and like they're actually going to show, it's not like you're blowing their mind and it's this whole new thing. You're like slowly dipping their toes into the water. It's like you don't just jump into the pool at the 6 foot and you slowly work your way up. So we took 3 horses that showed, Sheldon, Cowboy, and Harley, and then 1 horse, Petey, just went for the experience basically. But it was good. It was very strange. Like, I'm pretty sure our barn were the only people who actually brought face masks with them. It was alarmingly normal. Like, there were probably, at one point in time, 70 people smashed together in, I don't know, a 50 by 100 foot space. It was potentially not great given the current situation, but what can you do? We did, however, actually get to go out go to 2 restaurants, and it was nice. It was like, definitely have missed going to restaurants, so it was nice to be able to go and be in a state that had opened up. And it was really it wasn't horrible. We all wore masks going into the restaurant. We took the masks off when we sat down. The waiter and wait staff, they wore face masks, obviously, and then it was just different with how they grabbed they gave us I think a paper menu, and then they did not take it. We just kind of put it at the end of our table, and obviously didn't bring you new glasses. They didn't refill glasses. They would either bring you a new glass, or if it was water, they would just bring the pitcher over, obviously. Yeah, I mean, so that part was nice. And then I came back to Oregon, and I think there's a couple counties in Oregon that have now opened, but Portland is not one of them. Lake Oswego, which is just down the road from me, has semi-open, so I have gone to 2 restaurants this weekend there because they're more open, and yeah, it was close drive. But yeah, we had driving home. We made it. The show would run really long into the late days, so we decided instead of just doing a 1-day drive, because really you can make it a 1-day drive from Ogden to where our barn is. It would be a long day, about 15 hours, but we can do it. But we decided, because the day before ran so late, that we were going to split it into 2 days and go like Nampa, Idaho the first day, and then from Nampa we would go home. Which luckily we made the decision because we got It was so stupid. We got literally 20 miles, 22 miles to be exact, from where we were going to lay over for the night, and we hear this massive explosion. Shannon was driving, I was sitting in the passenger seat, but we heard this massive explosion, and it was our truck. We have a baby semi, I think I've showed you before. It's a dually in the back, so it has two tires on each side. The inside dually tire blew up, like bam, blew up. It ripped off. We have this little compartment where we hold our oil, antifreeze, all of that stuff. Ripped off part of that compartment and then pulled the tire well up over the tire. So that was interfering with driving. And then of course it happened when we were going slightly downhill with like a 4-foot shoulder. So we were over as far as we could, but then there was this big drop off, so we couldn't get over anymore. We sat there for 2 hours, and it was Sunday in Idaho. So Sunday in Idaho during COVID. So Sunday is, you know, if you're religious, Sunday is Sunday, and Idaho is very religious. So we're not getting anybody's help. We can't get a tow truck. We can't get a tire repair. We can't get anything. And then we have the COVID situation. So the people we could get on the line, once we would get them, they're like, oh, yeah, we could come, but we can't accept cash, card, Venmo, check. Basically, we can't accept any form of payment. The only thing we can do is if you are a national carrier and you have an account with us. Like, okay, well, we're private, so we don't. So can we send you Bitcoin or something? Like, how can we pay you? Let's make this work. The answer was no. So I had to finagle the tire well. I had to break off the rest of the compartment that was destroyed. I had to finagle the tire well with a series of horse chains and bucket chains to hold it back so it wouldn't rub on the tire. We drove 1 mile to the exit so we could be safe. Sat there for another 2 hours, and then we couldn't get anybody, so we're finally oh, fuck it, we've got to go. We're only 22 miles away, let's just kind of slowly limp our way in. It's better than sitting. We can't stay on the side of the road overnight, that's just not going to work. So we slowly limp. I make sure all of our chains and everything are staying, it's holding that tire back, and we go maybe 15 miles an hour. We get 5 miles, it's going well, I mean we're slow, but we get 5 miles, and then this cop gets behind us, follows us, and then leaves. We get another 5 miles. Now, at this point in time, we get pulled over by an actual cop. And Shannon's like, thank God you pulled us over. We could really use the help. We can't get anybody. At this point, when the cop pulls us over, we're 6 miles from our exit and 2 miles from the final destination. We have gone 12 miles at this point. Oh, 14 miles at this point. We're almost there. We're like, we could just limp it in. Let's just limp it in. We can unhook the trailer, get the horses off, and then we'll address the tire in the morning. It was fine. And he's like, he's this kid that was a police officer, a state trooper, and he's from San Diego, so I don't think he's totally used to the ways of Idaho yet. So he's like, what? What do you mean? We can't get anybody. It's like, okay, well, let me call my dispatch. Okay, call your dispatch, but I'm telling you right now, we can't get anybody. So his first solution is look, we can unhook the truck and the trailer, and one tow truck can tow the truck, and one tow truck can tow the trailer. And we're like, no, are you kidding me? First of all, the truck that would have to tow our trailer would have to be big, very big. But also, if you know anything about horses, you don't, when you have horses on your trailer, you do not disconnect the trailer from the truck, because the potential for your horses to go, the trailer to move, or the trailer to roll backward, or the trailer to roll forward. No, we have $500,000 of horses, plus all of the tack, the equipment, and we can't just unhook our trailer. That's, no, not an option. So then he literally can't get anybody. He's like, oh wow, it is really tough to get somebody. Yeah. So then the solution is, well, you're going to limp a couple more miles down the road and park in the hospital parking lot. We're like, okay, hospitals usually have very tight parking lots, but okay, go off, we'll do it. So at this point, we drive 3 more miles. We're now 3 miles from our fucking exit that we could have just taken. And we're 5 hours into the breakdown at this point. I look so fat from this angle. 5 hours into the breakdown at this point, and then he leaves us, and apparently some guy is supposed to come. The guy comes, the tire repair guy, and he starts working on it, and then leaves because he can't get the tire off. And I'm watching and I'm like, I think he's supposed to take the hubcap off. Like there's this vanity cap where you have to unscrew it and pull it off. I don't know shit about tires or cars or anything, but I'm like, when it comes to breakdowns, which we have had many, you become very resourceful and you learn a lot of shit like on application. So I'm watching and the way the tire is moving, it's like, I think that center portion needs to come off because it was like moving, but the center wasn't. So he leaves, he's gonna go get this airbag. We're 6 hours into it at this point. And I go and I'm like screwing with it and I just start playing with it and then bam, unscrew, pop it off, pop the tire off. The interior tire is exposed, that was exploded. He comes back and he's like, how did you do that? I'm like, that had to come off. Meanwhile, we're eating PF Chang's on the sidewalk that was delivered to us in a parking lot. So we're not like highlight of our moment. And we had been sitting in the truck for 6 hours, so we're nice and discussing horses. I've crawled through the window of our horse trailer so I could feed our horses at least a little snack because they've been sitting in the trailer for 8 hours. And yeah, all the while we're now 5 miles from our destination, which we could have probably driven there and would have been a lot better for us, but we didn't. That's a cute car. It's like a Model T or something. So then we finally get the tire done. He gets the other tire off, changed, fixed, whatever. He can't fix the tire well situation, so he's like, it should be fine. The tire, we're now 8 hours into our breakdown and he's done and he leaves. Like the tire well can't stay like that. So we take another half an hour to like chain back the tire well to make it stay until either the next day or till we get home. That stays, we get it, it's not easy, but we get it. And then we go to back out of this tight fucking parking lot and there's these concrete medians everywhere and they have trees and light poles in it. So we back up, I back up, we start to make the corner, cannot make it. We're literally stuck in the parking lot at this point in time. So after many attempts, we have to drive the truck tire and trailer tires over the sidewalk ramp, go up the ramp, down the ramp, bank the corner, drive up over the other curb, and then we get out of the parking lot. Highly stressful. Again, remember, we're a 25-foot truck with a 52-foot horse trailer. We're ostensibly 75-foot of truck and trailer. It doesn't just move very easily. So at this point, we're screaming fuck a lot. I'm screaming fuck a lot. We get there, we get to the final layover spot, only to find that since we were there last time, now mind you, last time we were there, they were doing construction and the driveway was very tight. Like, this is a PSA. If you are going to buy a horse property and you want people to stay there, do not make the minimum width driveway. Expand the driveway. Make it bigger. The smallest driveway possible, you do not get a reward for that. So we get there. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm getting coffee. Hi, could I get a venti cold brew?
No problem. What else for you?
That's it.
And can I get your name for the order?
Sure, it's CJ.
Thank you, CJ. We'll see you up at the window.
Thank you. So we get there to find out that there's a new boulder and a new brick mailbox on the one side of the driveway, and then the electrical box on the other side, soft dirt on the far side. So we're like, seriously, it was tight anyway. Last time we almost hit the electrical box. So I start making the corner, and it's pitch dark at this point, remind you. Start making the corner. Sorry, I thought we were going. Start making the corner. Shannon's screaming that I need to go straighter. I can't. So I start going towards the trees. Now I'm in the trees. I get stuck on a pine tree. Shannon's screaming that I'm close to the electrical box. I back up, pull forward, get stuck on the tree again. Back up, Shannon's like, you gotta go. So I run over the top of this baby pine tree, destroy it, and we're like this far. When we come out the next morning, we were that far from hitting the electrical box. And then we finally unload and it's like stress-free and like, fuck. We come out the next day and it's like half of the tree is destroyed. We almost went into the ditch. It was not ideal. Okay, I have to get my coffee. 1 second. All right, we're back. We've secured the goods. But yeah, honestly, that's like the most condensed version of what happened. Let me tell you, we have a lot of breakdowns. Lots of experience breaking down. And everyone is a unique situation. And everyone is definitely tests your coping / adaptation ability. Because a lot of times, I don't know how many times I've broken down, and the person will come, and there's always something that they think they can't do. Like, no, we can't do this, and then they'll try to leave, and you've got to be like, oh, honey, no, you're not fucking going anywhere. You come back, we're going to figure out how to do this. Like, one time, we had broken down, and it was a trailer tire that had blown, and the guy couldn't figure out how to get our vanity plates off of our tire wheel, whatever. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna leave. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there watching, we're in California, there's a fire that's coming up over the hill. I'm like, no, you're not gonna leave. We're gonna burn to a crisp in this weird hellhole Armageddon land. Like, let's figure this out. And I grab any tool I have and start just doing things and finally get it off. But you've got to, moral of the story, when you break down, you have to, what am I trying to say? Try everything. You might not know anything, but sit back, watch for a minute, and you probably will be able to come up with your solution. Because these people try to leave. A lot of them don't have worked a full day. No shade to them. But a lot of them see the situation that you're having, and it's quite difficult. And they're like, don't want to deal with that, babe. You've got to get your ass back here. This is not an option. Because a lot of the times, it's like the last person, the only person you can get a hold of. And like, you leaving is not an option. You need to come back because I'm not sitting here. Also, we have horses, so it's not really an option. But okay, that's all. I just wanted to hop on and share my little story. I am going almost to the barn, and then I might check back in. Otherwise, welcome to another CJ travel story. There's always something. Every time I drive, there's some kind of major story. So I'm sure we'll have more as the year progresses, and we get to go to more shows. Yeah, like I said, this could be bye or bye for now, but bye.